and they write all this like thoughtful shit, and then I just reply with thanks.
Thanks.
Like, thanks for listening, and that's it. Like, I need to put some. I'll let you reply to that.
Is it on? Okay, I'll reply.
Do you see it?
No, hold on.
It's in the primary folder.
Okay. Which one is it?
Scroll down a little bit. Doris Strand.
Mm.
You see it?
Oh, Gemini Pottery talked about us on the Potter's Cast.
See, I listened to that episode a long time ago, but I don't remember them talking about us, but I'll need to go back and listen to that episode again. I don't remember that. Okay, so we're doing. Let me find a review. I'll read a review this time.
Are we just doing that long question? No, we're doing the TTFN one. We're doing 2 questions.
Okay.
Because I think we've covered the TTFN question before, so it'll be a quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I need to.
I need to probably test mine out too. I haven't used this computer
wonder.
Test. 1, 2, 3.
Downloaded. Have I downloaded Trevor's? Yes, I have. Okay.
Yeah, because we need to do
His is on Friday.
Yeah. And I gotta send out that pot swap email too.
Yeah. I have to do my pot swap.
I was just thinking about that the other day, and I was like, I need to send mine out soon. Yours is international, though. You gotta send yours out.
Mine's Canada.
Oh, okay.
And if it's in Vancouver, which I don't know if it is or not, I think it's in Canada. Vancouver's taking like 15 days to ship. So we might want to put on our stories that I didn't put in that email. Maybe if you could add to that email, if you are shipping to Vancouver, expect it. If you're shipping to Vancouver or are in Vancouver, expect long delays because all the roads are flooded.
I mean, one person sent us a message about that. About delays. I don't know that we should single them out. Just say that I think anybody shipping international should be sending them a tracking anyways, if they can, or let them know when they sent it or something.
Oh, I didn't say that in the email. You might want to say that.
Do you automatically get tracking if you're shipping international?
When I shipped to England, it was like got tracking and then it just got lost.
Okay. Because I think my pot swap person had tracking on it, and they emailed me the tracking info to say like, hey, Canadian Post is sending you something. Here's the tracking info.
Mm.
So I don't know if it's automatic, but it should be something that's included with whoever's sending it if they can. Unless you got to pay extra for tracking or something. But I think it's just common courtesy to let people know if you're sending international, like, hey, I sent it out. FYI.
You think so?
I mean, those are going to take the longest, so.
Yeah. I would say, personally, I wouldn't send them the tracking immediately, and then like 10 days be like,
when they're revealed or something.
yeah, or something like that.
That's
like
21st or something.
Well, not even when they're revealed, but like, if it's taking longer than you expect, shoot them an email or something. Or you can have a friend shoot an email, That's also a pretty good option if you don't want them to know who it is. I like the element of surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, we should start.
I got a review ready, I think.
Okay.
So we're going to do review or recap, cupdate, review. We got this one that came in from somebody that was messaging us about their sales that I wanted to read. And then we're going to answer TTFN or the other one, or both. Okay.
And then what are we gonna talk about?
Are we cupdating it?
Yeah, but the cup date would be after all that, right?
I think so. Right.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I mean, unless you had another topic that you wanted to cover.
No, this will be short and squeezy.
Okay. Maybe this will be one of the I mean, we could update it first, like with your wrap up. And then this is just like an answer episode, like our short ones that are considered like short. Oh no, those are 30 minutes though.
You're thinking too much. Let's just
No, I mean whatever we do at the end needs to be what the topic is for the title.
Yeah, we'll do cup date for the
Okay.
And then we can talk about updates. It's easy.
Okay. Because I mean that kind of ties in with how you sell your seconds and inventory and stuff like that. So let's answer the art show one before the other one.
Cool.
And then that'll roll into the topic. Okay. All right. So is it too quick to start at the minute mark? 5 seconds.
No. Do it. Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. We're live. We're live. We're live. Not.
Live.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Becca.
It's amazing how energized we get after we hit record.
Just like flipping a fucking switch.
Flip it. Flip it good. Into shape. Shape it up.
Shape it up. Move ahead. Get straight. Go forward. I don't know. I think I got the order wrong, but
I think you got, I don't know. I don't know the rest.
It's not too late to whip it.
Whip it good.
All right.
How's it hanging? Where are you at right now?
That's good. I'm in Louisville right now. There's a pinball machine behind me. I might play some of that after we get done. You're jealous, I know.
I love that pinball machine.
Yeah, you played it once when you were over here.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
And I didn't want to go down. And then you played me in that stupid pool.
Snooker thing.
It's not snooker.
Bumper pull.
Bumper ball. Yeah, bumper ball. And you murdered me. Murdered me.
I mean, I've played this game a few times, and I would say that I'm pretty good at like angles and stuff, and like I played a lot of pool when I was a kid, like pool and like ping pong and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
and darts and so.
Do you ever play wall ball?
Yeah, I played it back in the day, like in grade school,
Yeah.
with like the tennis ball where you throw it and then if you drop it, you gotta go touch the wall before
Yeah.
the next person picks it up and hits the wall. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a fun game.
Yeah. Freaking thrust that ball at the wall.
So.
All right. So yeah, I'm in Louisville. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. So at the in-laws. I worked a half day today and then we got some wrapped up a few things at the old house. So we're closing next week.
Yay!
And so I just kind of like mopped the floors in the studio and then Rachel raked some of the leaves and stuff to get out to the curb. What's nice is they have one of those like vacuum suck up things for the curb, like running down the street and they suck up all the leaves at the curb in the old neighborhood.
Nice.
I don't know if they do that in the new neighborhood, but yeah, so it's rake the curb and then they come through with the thing and I don't know if it grinds them too or if it just sucks them up. It probably grinds them, but yeah, makes it more convenient. Rachel did fill up a couple trash cans though from the backyard or the back patio, so back deck.
And then you dump it on the street? That's what I would do.
No, you can't dump it in the street. It's gonna go in the sewer.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still blowing around everywhere, but I mean, she just takes it down in the trash can and then we'll just get it picked up from the trash or whatever.
Yeah, but they're already gonna suck all the leaves up. You might as well just add to it.
I know, but it's still gonna blow around everywhere. I don't really want to dump over a trash can to dump leaves out, and then they're gonna get blown all over the street everywhere.
Fine, be a good citizen.
So yeah, we're pretty much wrapped up there, and we took the TV off the wall mount and swept up a little bit. So we're good to go there.
Aww.
End of an era.
Yeah.
Almost.
I still haven't seen your new house, and I'm kind of actually, honestly, really excited that I haven't been there this whole time because I get to come and I get to like be surprised.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess Rachel probably hasn't shown a lot of it. And you saw it before we even like had anything in there.
Yeah.
You saw it when we first looked at it, right? It was when we were scouting it out before we bought it? Or was it after we bought it?
No, it was after you bought it. Yeah, it was
okay.
after. Yeah, because you told me you put the offer in and I was the only one that knew. And then yeah.
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 Okay.
Are you going to Thanksgiving at your parents too, or are they coming over? Like, what's the?
Oh, we're doing all the things. We're going to Rachel's brother's tomorrow, and then my aunt and uncle's tomorrow night, and then Friday is actually the one here at Rachel's Rachel's parents, and then we'll go to my family's on Saturday.
Sweet mother of God, you guys are going to be so sick of turkey by the end of the weekend.
Well, my family decided not to do turkey, traditional Thanksgiving stuff on Saturday because that's going to happen anyways. So we're doing a pasta dinner.
Oh, hell yeah. Is your mom doing that mac and cheese that she knows she likes?
I don't know. I don't know if we're cooking different types of pasta like angel hair, penne pasta and other things like that, and then we're just having different sauces that you can like choose from.
Oh, fun.
But I wish we had some pasta making. We should have made some pasta or something. That would have been fun.
I know. I wish I would have known. I would have even shipped it to you.
Oh man.
Not enough time now.
We'll have to do some pasta. We'll have to do some pasta at our house at some point.
Yeah. Or if I would have even known, Rebecca went down to Louisville to get clay. She could have just dropped it, given it to Link. Yeah.
Does she come to the Mudworks in Louisville there to get clay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's actually
like 7 minutes from my parents' house. It's really close.
Yeah. Only when she only does that when like there's a mix up with the shipping and shit like that. So the pallets.
Because she gets shipped it by like a pallet at a time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the weekend, and then we'll plenty of meals, plenty of family, all that good stuff. And what about you? What are you doing this weekend?
Well, yesterday we had our Worksgiving, and
Saw that.
Darth Ned from last episode.
Found out that was him.
It is Nick. And yes, and so we had our Worksgiving, and we had all the good stuff. It was so good. I made a turkey. Nick got a free turkey off of some app, and I made a turkey. I woke up at 6 a.m. and put the turkey in and stuffed it. And I shouldn't have stuffed it, but I did anyway. And then made stuffing and gravy. And the turkey took an hour and a half longer than it should have, or that it said it was
I've
gonna.
never. Have you cooked a turkey before? Do you like what goes into that? Do you have
Yeah,
to like? Obviously, it's got to be thawed out and stuff, but
yeah, I've cooked it. I started cooking turkeys in college, and I haven't for a while. But like I did my first Thanksgiving for people in college, and we had we invited all the people in the dorms that didn't have family to go to, and but yeah, I've cooked turkey plenty of times. However, this one was 22 pounds. It was fucking huge, and
that's pretty big.
yeah, and so you like take it out of the bag, you wash it out, or I wash it out. I don't know if other people do. And then
Because there are like insides in there that you gotta like take out and throw away.
so the
Or
heart
is it
and
already?
the heart and the lungs, no, the heart and the liver are in a bag, and you just take those and transport them right to the trash. And
They're in
then
a bag, like in case anybody wants to eat them,
yes,
or
and
they're
then
like in a. Okay, that's weird.
and then the gizzard,
Alright.
the neck. I think that's the right. It's the gizzard is in the the neck cavity, and that I always use for gravy. So you just put in water and boil it the whole time the turkey's cooking, like simmer it. And it's not a great substitute for gravy, but it works in a pinch. And then you clean out the insides, and then oil it all up. Oil it all up.
With just like vegetable oil or
With
what?
I put olive oil on.
Olive
So
oil.
olive oil
Okay.
is a lower temperature cooking oil, so you actually want a lower temperature cooking oil.
Okay.
And so oil it all up, and then I put like seasonings on top, garlic and blah blah blah. And then my mom always used to put butter under the skin for some reason. But and then I borrowed a roasting pan from my friend, and I just put it on there, covered it up with foil, put it in there, and then took the foil off like an hour and a half before, and it got all brown and golden, and it honestly wasn't dry. I was so impressed.
Nice.
I thought it was going to be dry as fuck. And what happened, what I did wrong was that I actually didn't rotate the turkey in the oven enough.
You put it sideways?
I put it sideways first, and then I put it long ways to put in the stuffing. And then when I took it back sideways, I should have rotated it again, because the other side of the turkey got done, and then the side that was closest to the door cooked less. So at like 150,
rotated it.
yeah, at like 150, I took it out and just like put foil all over and drove to work and was like, I hope it's the right temp when I get there. And so we like tested the temp all over. And what was the funniest thing was that Sarah, who most of the stuff that we made was vegan, because Sarah's vegan and we have vegetarians. And obviously not the turkey, but like the stuffing, and there was like vegan gravy and all these things, right? So Sarah's our dedicated vegan, and she was the one who dismantled the turkey at the end of the meal. She knows how to carve a turkey. She knows how to fucking take it apart and like get all the meat off.
Wow.
She's a fucking boss. And I was like, Sarah, this is your job. So yeah, it was fun. We had mac and cheese that Mackenzie made. It was so good. And it's like cauliflower stuff. It was really good. So that's my Thanksgiving. I don't really have any family around here, so I'm not doing family stuff. And honestly, I'm fucking exhausted. So I'm excited to have just a day of nothingness.
Yeah. Because I'm guessing nobody's at the studio for Rebecca tomorrow, or well, today's Wednesday. Did you all end early today, or not go in today?
No, we had a regular day, and then tomorrow, and then some of us are coming in Friday. So,
okay, cool. So you get an extra day.
Yeah. Well,
Sweet.
and I've started working Monday through Thursday anyway, so same for me. But yeah,
Cool.
good
Yeah.
stuff.
I've never, the thing is with the like cooking and stuff, like I'm just out of the loop with that. Like I don't know anything about cooking turkeys. I don't know about cooking hams. I don't know any of that. It's just like other people do that. So I
Yeah.
just have no idea what goes into that. I'm sure I
I
could just
told
Google it,
them
but
I told them next year I'm cooking a fucking chicken. There was not enough people that ate turkey. Like
turkey's
serious.
overrated, I feel like.
I seriously agree. Like turkey is overrated. I'm just gonna fucking cook chicken from now on. Like a whole chicken, roast a whole chicken just like a turkey because it's better. It's like
Yeah, chicken
smaller.
is better than turkey. Fuck turkey.
Chicken is so much better than turkey. Fuck turkey.
I mean, ham is better than turkey if we're just talking like main courses for Thanksgiving. Like, I'm totally 100% ham over turkey. Like brown sugar ham, that's
I
what I
don't know
love.
if I'm ham over turkey. I do like turkey
Really?
mixed into all of the things. Are you one of those? I was going to ask, are you one of those people that is like, I think I know the answer to this question, but are you one of those separate food items or are you like just mix it all together and eat like it all mixed?
Tell, tell me which one I am, Becca.
You're the separated.
I'm the separate.
I
I'm not the mash it all together. No. I mean, unless you're trying to give some flavor to that turkey because turkey's bland as it is if you just eat it, but
if if Thanksgiving dinner was in a bowl, it would be perfect for me because like I try to like separate everything out and then after like 3 bites, it's like a fucking Tootsie Pop. After like 3 bites, I'm like, fuck this. And I end up mixing the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, the gravy, the cranberry sauce, like even the fucking mac and cheese. I don't care. I just mix it all together.
oh my gosh. I'm like a strategic, like because there are so many sides, I'm a you start off and you eat little bits of everything so that you can finish all at once rather than like I'm gonna eat all of this side and then I'm gonna like eat some
Yeah.
turkey and then I'm gonna eat all of this side. Like I'm gonna finish all the sides kind of as we go so that
I
they
finish
finish
them
kind
all
of
at
around
once
the
too.
same time. Well, yeah, because they're all mashed together.
Do you know what? 2 nights ago, I had a dream that because we didn't have green bean casserole at our Thanksgiving, our Worksgiving, and I really like green bean casserole. And I had a dream that I was with Val Flynn Pottery, and we we went to like 5 different grocery stores trying to find the ingredients for green bean casserole. And we couldn't. Like, and for some reason, we were putting in new like pasta into the green bean. It was a fucking mess, and it was so stressful. It was such a stressful dream.
All right, so what's your favorite side dish?
Mm, fuck.
Maybe two side dishes. We'll give you two.
Okay, stuffing, mashed potatoes.
I'm gonna go green beans. I want to say corn pudding. If it's Rachel's mom's corn pudding, I'll say corn pudding. If it's
Well,
just anything, I'll say like mm, probably mac and cheese.
I see. We never
It
had mac and
depends
cheese.
on the mac and cheese. Totally depends on the mac and cheese. But I would say generally green beans. I'm always going to be happy with green beans. I mean, I could say rolls because rolls you can't really fuck up rolls, but
You can, but
I
uh,
mean you can.
when you do green beans, are we talking like your mom's green beans, where with like the canned green beans with the bacon and stuff?
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
bacon and onions, green
Yeah.
beans. I mean, I'll eat the like Italian green beans too with onion and
Yeah.
yeah, that's good. As long as there's a little bit of meat in there, a little bit of ham or a little bit of
Yeah, that's
bacon
like
or
a very
something.
southern style green bean.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think mashed potatoes are by
mashed
far my
potatoes are
favorite
good.
food.
Yeah,
Like favorite food of all time. And but my mom's stuffing is so good and it's so weird and it's delicious.
I do not like stuffing at all. I think it's garbage, but
That makes me sad.
more for
Um,
somebody else.
yeah, my mom's stuffing has Rice Krispies in it.
That doesn't sound like any stuffing I've ever heard of, but
It's called
I
Nana's
don't like
Fluffy
stuffing.
Stuffing. It makes it fluffier.
Okay.
There's no
Never heard of
sugar in
that.
it. Anyway, we should probably stop
Okay.
talking about Thanksgiving.
Cranberry fan or no cranberry fan?
Ugh, totally a cranberry fan. I used to hate
Never.
cranberry sauce.
I don't know that I've ever had cranberry sauce actually, but it just
Ugh.
sounds gross. I don't know.
Okay, well, when you come over, I'll make you, or when I come over, I will make you, we'll have a chicken dinner. That's what, next time I come over, we're going to have a chicken dinner and I'm going to make homemade cranberry sauce and mashed potatoes. And I'll even make my mom's stuffing and make you try it.
Oh
And
my gosh, are you just trying to give me stuff that I'm not going to eat and gonna go in the garbage because nobody's going to eat the leftovers?
I will. I'll eat the leftovers.
All
And
right, you take
we
it.
won't make a lot. We'll just make mini amounts.
Okay, that's good.
And but I'll make you a homemade cranberry sauce. It is honestly quite good.
Okay, I mean, it just doesn't look. I don't know. All
Can't
right, what's your
judge a book by its
dessert of
cover.
choice?
What?
While we're going through the meal, what's your dessert of
I do not like pumpkin pie. So, my dessert of choice is this. It's not really even a dessert, but my mom would always make this strawberry pretzel jello thing. That's so good.
Strawberry pretzel jello. There's pretzel in a jello?
Yeah, it's like the pretzels is like the crust, and then there's like a jello on top.
Strawberry pretzel jello. Interesting.
Yeah, and it's got like whipped cream and then jello, like strawberry jello. I guess it's not really a dessert.
Oh, I can picture it. Okay. It's
Yeah.
like crushed pretzel.
Yeah, it's like layered.
Okay.
But I'm not really a dessert fan.
Yeah.
I don't like
I'm
apple
more
pie.
like I'm probably like I like pumpkin pie, but I'm not like go to. I'm more like apple pie-ish. That's good. I mean, I don't really eat pie any other time of year unless it's Thanksgiving, probably like apple pie.
If somebody made a strawberry rhubarb pie, I'd be all fucking over that. Strawberry rhubarb pie, cherry pie, any berry pie. I love berry pies, but like apple pie and pumpkin pie are not my thing.
Okay.
Nor is pecan pie.
I just tried pecan pie for the first time. Rachel's mom just made some.
Well,
I've
she's
never
an
had
amazing
pecan
cook.
pie
Was it
until
good?
today. It was different. I didn't know what to expect because the filling is not a typical filling, or maybe it was because it was dairy free.
Yeah.
Because she can't eat dairy, so it was different. It was more like gelatin on the inside.
I think that's how it's supposed to be.
Okay, it's just I didn't know what to expect, so
Yeah.
it was good though. It was more crusty, which I like the crust. So
yeah, I would skip all of dessert and have Thanksgiving a second time.
that's valid. Or what about like sweet potato casserole? Like that's good. That would probably be my favorite dessert if that's considered dessert because I love that.
I don't like sweet potatoes when they're sweet. I'm not a huge sweet potato sweet fan.
Okay.
I'm more of a savory sweet potato fan. I do love sweet potatoes though.
Okay. Yeah. All right. There's your Thanksgiving talk for the day. 2 weeks later, whenever this is coming out.
Wait. Okay, before we end, I just have to say my favorite part though, if I'm at my house, is eating olives and like putting them on your fingers, and like eating like
olives.
Yeah, olives and peanut butter celery and cheesy celery before.
What the fuck is that?
Peanut butter celery?
Olives on your fingers?
You've never put olives on your fingers?
I don't need olives. They're gross.
You're fucking crazy.
Olives are vinegary, right?
Yeah.
We've already established I don't like pickles or any vinegary stuff. Balsamic vinegar. Like, get that out of here.
Black olives? You don't like black olives?
No.
You're weird.
I mean, some stuff I just say I don't like because I've never had it and it just seems gross. But like olives are in the vinegary family and I'm just like
I don't think black olives are in the vinegar family. Green olives are in the vinegar family.
I mean, I think I've had black olives on like a pizza before maybe.
Yeah.
Usually I just pick those out and just chuck them, but
oh, Ryan.
I'm picky. I'm a picky eater.
No, you are. What's funny about you is that you are a picky eater, but you're not at the same time. Like I could take you to any restaurant and you'd be fine. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be like a headache to the server or
Yeah.
anything, or like be really specific, but I'm going to be I'm a routine person. So like if there's
Yeah.
something that I know is good, I'm going to get the thing that I know is good. I'm not just going to chance it with something that I'm not really sure about.
Yeah. For sure. Okay. Moving on. We have a review from you.
We do have a review. So, this one came from Genuinely Ginger. I don't know if they are a ginger or their name is Ginger,
Or
but I
maybe
like
they
the name.
genuinely like ginger.
Maybe. Not a big fan of ginger tea. Ginger dressing though, at the
Pickled
so good.
ginger?
Hibachi. Like,
Hell
can
yeah.
you get that ginger dressing anywhere? I can't find it. I don't know where to find it. Hibachi grilled salad, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
All right, moving
We'll
on.
figure out how to make it.
All right. So this review titled "Great for All Stages." I like that. Probably, but stages we could do that. All right. I'm still new to the world of pottery and have built a mini studio in my garage because of no access to community studios this last year. I've learned a lot from you guys even when I didn't realize it. In a year of being back in clay, I can see lots of progress and I'm starting to feel more confident about my work. Thanks, guys. Keep on rambling. Love it.
We will ramble.
We will. And then Age's comment was about our cursing, not like
Wait,
whatever.
what?
I said great for all stages, but I said maybe not for all ages because of the
Oh, yeah.
cursing and stuff.
That's
That's
true.
why I meant that. All right. I also wanted to read this message we got from Thistlemore Pottery because I thought you enjoyed it. It's kind of a all right. It says, "Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you for giving me the confidence to do my first show. I only had a half booth. Cost was $12.50 for a show,
Well, it would
and
have
I
been
made.
$25.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And I made over $700. Now I need to re-listen to the shipping and packing episodes to see if I can get past my fear and panic over selling online. Thanks, Thistlemore Pottery."
And I was like, these motherfuckers are all doing better than I ever did at shows. You guys are doing
Did
great.
you have a lot of lessons and learnings and stuff before you were selling, or you were a dive in, you were a dive in head first kind of person
I
though,
dove
right?
in head first. Yes, very, very much head first into the
Yeah.
exact same show I did last week.
Just a few years apart.
just in 2014.
uh,
uh,
all right, do
okay.
you want to read these other ones here, or
Yeah.
get us started
Okay.
with one of
We
them?
got a long question and then we got another one and then we'll kind of go into the episode. So it says, "Hi guys, I've been listening for a while and I'm just starting out, still a beginner, and your advice and guidance on the podcast is always so appreciated and entertaining. I love to listen to you guys on the commute to my 9 to 5 and gets me energized to get home and into my tiny little home studio, aka extra bedroom. Anyways, I wanted to ask a question, and I apologize if it's already been addressed in a previous episode. I'm very new, and I've just finished my second art show. It went so well, and I guess I'm still underpricing my work since I always get the "you should be charging more for this" compliments, quote unquote compliments, from customers and other vendors, even after slightly raising my prices from the first show. However, I get stuck on a few. It's only been 2 or 3 people, you know the type, with the smiley face with your tongue out and the eyes are crooked, who ask for a discount if they buy multiples, aka if I get 2 mugs, will you give me a deal? I have said no, but I get so tongue-tied and don't know what is a good response. I feel like I just awkwardly am like, no. They have always ended up buying them too full price after. Do you have any go-to responses for questions like this that I can go to instead of awkwardly tripping over my words? Thank you so much for your help and sorry for the long message. That's Pine Bug Pottery.
Pine Bug Pottery. I had this experience at the last show I did, it was about spoon rests. My spoon rests are $15 a piece, and she was like, "Hey, if I get 2 of these, is there any like discount?" And I was like, "No, not really." So that was kind of my simple one, but sometimes if they're like feeling me out for a deal, I mean, I'm not generally going to be like a hard no and be kind of like, "Nope." Um, but I might throw it back and say like, if you get 4, you'll get a
Mm,
deal or something like that. Like maybe like upsell them a little bit on something to say like, hey, I'm willing to do it for this, but not for this minimal. Because like spoon rest, for instance, like I sell those hand over fist. Like I can't keep them in stock. So depending on the
yeah.
item it is, I'm not going to discount it. But also like if they're asking for a discount, um, they're coming in and, I don't know. If they're a repeat customer, maybe. But I mean, usually repeat customers aren't going to. But even if it's like mugs and stuff, like I don't know if there's anything that if they were only buying like 2 of something, I would give a discount.
Yeah.
Usually the only thing I do is like 3 shot glasses, you save $3 because it's listed there with a price. And then maybe some mugs, but they'd have to be buying at least 4.
Yeah. I've had a lot
What
of
do you
people
say?
tell me this exact same thing, And uh I was telling Ryan that usually I'm like, no, unfortunately discounts don't pay the bills. That's my go-to answer, and I kind of like laugh it off or whatever. But I do think that it's important to be confident in how you say no. So like if you are gonna say no, be like, no, sorry. Or don't even say sorry, like, nope, no discounts. Um, Say no, they're handmade. Like, don't be like, oh no, sorry, no, like I can't, because that show if you say no,
It
just
shows
really,
that you're like unsure. Well, it shows
yeah,
you're unsure, but also it's like you're contemplating it. If you're firm about it and you just say
yeah,
no, that makes them think like you've come across this before and like you're professional enough to say you
yeah,
know what your costs are and like what you need to sell it for. Because then if you say yes and then you're gonna do this dance with them about like how much and how low are you willing to go, and it just puts you in a weird spot. Because if you say maybe. And then then you've got to think on your feet to like
yeah,
negotiate. And are you going to be confident in negotiating if you say yes?
right. I remember this one lady came up to me and was like, can I, like, if I buy 2, can I have a discount on these sponge holders? And I was like, no, they're handmade. There's a lot of work that goes into them. There's no discount. And she was like, are you really, like, if I bought 2, blah, blah, blah. And she was pressuring me. And I was like, no, like super firm. I was like, no, absolutely not. And she like picked up 2 and then she walked up and she goes, well, I'm going to buy them anyway. And then I was like, great. And then she, like, right then, she was like, are you sure? And I was like, no. And she goes, good for you for holding your ground. And I was like, fuck you, lady. Like,
She was like testing you. She was like, I'm hardening you so that you can like build that confidence. It's like I've already said no. Like
yeah.
I
But
feel
a
like she
funny,
did it for your
yeah.
benefit there at the
But
end.
a funny way to like really bring it home for me has always been, sorry, like discounts don't pay the bills, you know? And that kind of just
Yeah. I think you have to
brings
be a
it
certain
home.
personality to be able to say that because I would never say that.
Right.
But
But Rachel could.
Rachel would say it? Rachel would not say that.
She would not, but she could say it. Like, you
Why?
know,
Why could she
because
say it?
she's kind of spunky in that way.
Not with strangers though.
Sometimes.
I
It
don't know.
depends.
Maybe.
Anyway, moving on. Um okay, here's another question. It says, do you keep separate inventories for shows and online sales? What is the best way to sell seconds? I always worry that selling them alongside my firsts will somehow devalue the first. Is that crazy talk? Do you use different selling platforms for certain works, i.e., the certain life lines, styles of pottery you create? And then it says TTFN.
And I
From
said, what the fuck is that?
he goes, what does TTFN mean? That's from Simone from Eastern Slope Ceramics. And then I was like, TTFN, ta-ta for now. And then I played this for him.
The wonderful thing about triggers is triggers are wonderful things. The tops are made of the rubber, the bottoms are made of the springs. The bouncy, 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 bouncy. But the most wonderful thing about triggers is I'm the only one. I'm the only one. TTFN, ta-ta for now.
And what is that from?
That's from Winnie the Pooh.
Okay. Never saw that part. Is that like a common thing or is that?
Yes, it's super common. He says it every time he leaves.
Okay.
It's okay though. You're
And which character is that?
Tigger.
That's Tigger. Okay.
It's Tigger. But also, I looked up online, and TTFN was invented or became popular in World War II, in Great Britain, because it was ta-ta, which is another word for goodbye. Ta-ta for now. Anyway, so do you keep inventories for shows and online sales, separate inventories, Ryan?
The only thing I keep separate are the smaller things because I need a big quantity to make sure that I have certain colors. So, I mean, if something is online in the shop, I will keep it separate. And then I'll try to keep like a couple separate bins of shot glasses and spoon rests just in case. And then everything else is just in bins and like ready for shows. So I don't really like those are just free game for whatever. And shows are priority for me. So I do pretty much keep show inventory like set. Like I make sure I have enough for shows first and foremost because if I'm out at a show, I'd much rather sell certain mugs that I know are popular at a show instead of doing the work to like photograph them and list them online and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I'll start separating some things out and like organizing a small selection of mugs or something that'll go in the shop next. But I only separate them if there's something actively on the shop. So, what about you?
I don't separate them, but I do have different things online than I would take to the show. So, and I don't have things online all the time either. So I have updates, you know.
Yeah, I don't either. I just
If
have
I
like
took
a few items all the time.
Yeah, if I took like a fancy cup to a show, I would just take it offline if it sold. But like typically I'm gonna go to a show, and if I don't sell anything from the show, then I'm gonna put that online as an update.
Because ideally, the best scenario is to sell it in person, so you don't have to ship it, and you get as much money as possible.
Right.
For that item, and risk of breakage and stuff. Like there's so many variables that are removed when you just sell it directly to somebody.
Right. As far as seconds go, the best way to sell seconds, I personally have always sold seconds like on the bottom shelf, like in the corner of my booth, and I like put a little sign there. I don't think it devalues your work. There's a lot of people that do, but I know that people love a deal and a seconds bin, so I keep it.
Do you individually mark items as seconds, or are you marking the whole bin as X dollars per piece or something, or?
I just put it down there and say half off.
Half off. Okay.
Seconds, half off.
Okay. Do you have it like in one bin, or is it on like shelves that's open?
Or like a bottom shelf or whatever, yeah.
Okay. So you just say like the shelf half off.
Yep.
Do you label it as seconds?
Yes.
Or is that confusing?
Okay. I do. Or I say imperfect pieces.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've never actually sold seconds at a show before. I think if you do tend to sell them, like don't just intermingle them with everything else. I did take a few mugs to my show this past weekend and just intermingled them. And if somebody picked them up, they would have happened to see that it was discounted and I would have called it out, but it wasn't like actively advertised. I mean, generally the seconds, I want to sell those first and foremost if I can. So I think labeling them appropriately is good so that it draws attention to them. Because, I mean, you want to get rid of those pieces, ideally. Like, that's for sure.
And sometimes, and I also like, I know some people won't do this, but like if I accidentally put a pinch pot or something up and it has an S crack on the bottom, and when I'm checking the person out, if I see that S crack, I will say, "Hey, this has a tiny crack in the bottom that is totally fine as far as functionality. I if you still want it, I will give it to you for half off." You know? So I
Yeah.
point out the flaw and then I reduce the price. A lot of people would just put it in the bag and not tell them.
Yeah, sometimes if it's a piece that has a slight imperfection, I'll just typically they're already discounted a few dollars just because I saw that imperfection, but I'll let them know like, hey, there's this
Yeah.
mug that's got this mini crack in the bottom, but it doesn't go all the way through, and I'll be like, hey, by the way, this was
Yeah.
discounted because it has a small crack. Are you fine with that? It doesn't affect the function of it. It's just
Right.
a visual thing, and just to make sure, and then they'll appreciate that.
And yeah, I would say even on seconds, like I've said this before, but I had a lady buy 2 wine glasses that were in the seconds bin, and then she ended up buying 8 more firsts. 8 more wine glasses the week later. So
At the
do
first
not
price,
yeah, at the first price, do not discount your seconds. I mean, like, do not discount the
the value of them,
value
or
of them. Yeah.
the
Do
benefit of
discount
having them
them.
out there. Yeah. The only other way that I've sold my seconds are for mystery boxes.
Oh yeah,
So
mystery box
I
sets.
think that's a great way to get rid of them. The number of times they hang around, they just get annoying to a point where you just want to get rid of them, and mystery boxes are a great option to do that. So,
Mm-hmm.
price them appropriately, and then I sell those online, so I haven't done those in person at shows or anything like that, but I think just price them appropriately and giving somebody the option. Yes, seconds are fine, or no, firsts only, and explain what the seconds are in listings so people know what to expect. And usually I'll
Yeah.
give a couple more pieces that are seconds. So like everything is not seconds that they're buying. They're buying mostly firsts with 1 or 2 seconds. Charles, Jesus.
Coming in hot. Also, I wanted to say when I do updates, I also include a seconds section. So, like, if I do an update and I have 50 mugs and 4 of those happen to be seconds and they have glaze defects or whatever, I will put seconds in all caps and then reduce the price and put it on there. And people are completely fine with that. And usually the seconds all sell out. So
When you reduce the price, are you just reducing the list price, or are you doing like full price slash,
I do a
and then
sale.
there's like a
Yeah.
discounted? Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to do it, so they can see like what the
Yeah.
original price is. I feel like that's a good selling tactic rather than just saying like, well, this one's 30 and that one's like 50.
For sure. And also this last update that I did, I had 1 wine glass that was left and I discounted that as well, because I wanted to get it off the shelf. So,
Just because it was the last one, even though it was a first.
yeah, like it was just still there, and I wanted
Mhm.
it gone. So,
Yeah. Okay, and then do you use different selling platforms for certain works, i.e., certain line styles of pottery you create? Yeah, I mean, we talked about the show that you went to recently. That was, you didn't take fancy cups, so that was specific pieces. For me, there's not really certain pieces that I only make for certain, like, form wise. I mean, I'll put less of the carved things out at a show because they take up more of a footprint and they're less likely to sell. So I'm much more likely to sell like a production mug that's $32 than a $60 carved mug. So I'm not going to use the table space as much for that. I don't really put plates out because they don't really sell and they take up table space, and I don't want to transport them. So, there's certain things that I won't take and certain things that I'll put out. It's usually dependent on the show, like what's the price point that people are buying at the show, and those items are going to get the focus. You know, what table they're on. Are they the front and center table, or are they things that aren't going to be bought as frequently? So if they're like planters and people aren't buying planters as much, I'll put them on the side table that's a little bit further away and somebody has to dig to get to it. That way, if they're looking for a planter and they're asking about it, I can say it's over here, or somebody that's actually looking at everything can discover it over there. The only things that I do that are different for like certain lines would be like glaze combos. Certain galleries might have specific glaze combos that I don't do all the time. So like Indigenous Gallery in Cincinnati has my black and blue, and that's like exclusively what they have. I'll make a few black and blue things and sell them at shows, but they have the biggest selection of black and blue stuff that I make. And that's just because that sells really well there for them, and that's what they prefer to stock. So it makes it pretty nice to be able to glaze all the same things for that shop.
Yeah. For me, I would say like Facebook, I sell like flash sale stuff on Facebook, and then I'm gonna sell more like fancier cups on Instagram. So like the fancier stuff sells better on Instagram, and the more simple stuff sells better on Facebook. So
yeah, I feel like I'm not utilizing Facebook enough, but it's like it always feels like a low priority for me. But you also built that like online thing, like that the community there. So
I finally connected my Instagram to my Facebook again. I don't know if I regret it or not.
I mean, the only difference is you cross post it, right? And then you get more interaction on the Facebook side.
Yeah.
Why would you regret it though?
Because I don't even look at Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, I find myself like I don't even think I get messages in my Facebook page unless I like go to the page and see the message there. I don't know that I get a Facebook notification for it, so
yeah.
Because you have to kind of dig for it. It's not something that surfaces pretty easily, or maybe I just don't have it set up that way. But
yeah.
All right, lots of good questions there. Okay, what are we talking about today?
Well, I just had an update, and you wanted to hear how that went, and we'll just talk about like updates and online shit.
Online shit.
I mean, we're already at like
45 minutes.
45 minutes, so we've kind of
Yeah. So when did you do your cup date?
My
fancy
cup date.
Fancy
I like
update.
that. I like cup date. I like that.
Fancy cup date.
The fancy cup date. I did it on Saturday at noon Eastern Standard Time.
Yep.
And I asked people to share on Instagram.
I saw that. Did you get any prompt of like why you just asked people, hey, can you please share this?
Yeah.
Because I feel like you got like 10 or 15, like 10 to 12 people that shared it.
Yeah, I was just like, hey guys, could you please help share this? Because I have an update. That's pretty much it.
That's all it takes. Sometimes you feel guilty about sharing stuff, but when you don't ask for much any time, then you ask for something, it's like it's nothing for people to share.
So that was nice. People shared it. And I mean, I try to share people's updates when they have them. I haven't been as good about it recently, but yeah. And so oh, sweet mother of God. Okay, sorry. That was a big one. I have to tell you, somebody asked me if I wanted to hang out after this podcast today, and I was like, no. like, no, I want to go to sleep. I'm exhausted. Like, there's a reason that I get bad reviews about yawning. Anyway. Yeah, so, okay. I had probably 7 or 8 fancy cups, short fancy cups, and then I had 2 tall fancy cups, and then I had 4 of each size, and they weren't painted at all, but they were smooth, like super fucking smooth, like
Of each
satisfying.
size, so it's like a 10-ounce
A
sipper
10
cup
ounce wine glass, and then a 16 ounce kind of
tumbler
like
thing.
tumbler size. And I don't think I'm gonna keep doing the tall ones. I don't think people like them very much. And
Are the tall ones always dimpled a little bit to grip easier, or
yeah,
are they?
they always have like a dimple. So I think I'm gonna stop doing those because it didn't seem like there was a lot of hype about those. But
Did you have the same number of the tall ones versus the smaller ones?
no, I had less.
Okay, so it
They're
was like
also harder
2/3
to carve.
small, 1/3.
Yeah, or not harder. Not I'm not carving. They're harder to paint because they have a larger surface area, but also that dimple really creates havoc over what.
Yeah, I would
You know.
imagine.
So, I had 3 because I had that one that had polka dots all over it. I really like that one.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I did like a little tiny preview that was like really shitty because that's my style. And
Because it was like a grid of the different photos, right? That
yeah,
was your preview.
I literally took the photos on my phone and screenshotted the photos.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
put them on
I mean, at
Instagram.
least you're using a good phone though. So, I mean,
Yeah.
that's like sometimes I get on Rachel because sometimes she will she'll look at photos on the web and she'll do a screenshot on her computer and do like the
Yeah.
drive. I'm like, oh my gosh, you got to save the image as so it's like the best quality that you can get, not screenshotting it because it's gonna look terrible by the time you put it wherever you're putting it.
I
But that's
am
just my
Rachel.
that's my
Anyway,
web mind. I guess I'm like I want the
so
best quality.
I took all the pictures in a light box that Sarah, my studio mate, had, and I decided that it probably would have been better just to take them on the fucking counter because in the light box you have to edit them, and if I did
Yeah,
it on the
because
counter,
the
it was great.
imperfection show, or because the white is off with like the
Yeah, the white,
coloring
yeah,
because your pieces with the white background
yeah,
and light and everything.
yeah. So,
Did you take them with
but
your phone?
yeah, they still look pretty good. And set it up on a tiny little tripod and just put the things in front of it.
Love it.
And yeah, and then just did the listings. I have Weebly Square. Did the listings, and Square has a new setting now that you can do it. You can set everything to update at a certain time, which is really nice because they
Ooh,
hadn't had that before. Like I used to have to like go to my computer and click all the things and say available now. So
that's
that
cool.
is super nice that they have that now. I wish that they would have a preview available, but
So can you, if you have them, that means they're just not going to show on the website until that time.
right.
It's not like a
Yeah.
coming soon thing. Okay.
Yeah. So, but that was really nice. I didn't have to like wait by my computer and change it. So, I was actually at lunch when it went. And
Nice.
yeah, I ended up selling probably 10 different things. Oh, I also had the small tiny super smooth pinch pots, and they all have different colors on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those I sold for 20. Um, the wine glasses, the short wine glasses, I sold for 100.
Are
The
these the smooth ones were 100 or what? What were the smooth ones?
the smooth ones were 65, and then the taller smooth ones were like 75, and then the tall painted ones were 125, I think. So,
Okay.
yeah,
20, 65, 75, 100, 125.
125. Yeah. So, yeah, I was very happy. I made about $1,200 on the from people doing it, and it was like 10 orders, and like 2 of them came yesterday, and the rest of them came on Saturday, and one Canadian, um, and the rest were in the United States.
Cool. So were they all pretty like rapid?
Yeah, it
Or
was
most of them?
Yeah, it all happened in pretty much the first hour, so that was good.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, having the fancy cups that are one of a kind pieces, those are gonna drive
yeah.
some traffic,
I
I
was
think, to get
surprised
those
which
quickly.
ones sold first, and which ones haven't sold. Like there's one on there right now that hasn't sold that I was like, I really like that one. So, yeah.
I wonder the fancy cups, like I think even if you just did the preview of those, like with a little video of you like turning it,
Yeah.
like maybe that would be. I mean, that's a lot if you've got like 15 of them. I mean,
Yeah. And
I
I
do
kind of did
previews
that
with
too.
that
I did
many
a video
pieces,
and
but
like picked them up, you know, and
hmm
moved them around. So that was good. Yeah, so like two of them are left, and I really like the second one that's left. Like the first one, it's just a triangle, and it's got nothing else on it because I wanted to try to like do something super fucking simple, and
hmm
then the second one has a triangle with a line going out of it. So it looks like the triangles on top of triangles were pretty popular, which this is good to know.
like an hourglass kind of look.
No, it's just like a triangle, and then I put a different triangle in on top of it,
Oh, it's like yeah, kind of like a
layered
prism short
layered
sort of.
over it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and in
Cool.
in a shiny glaze, so the stroke and coats are on top of and then like the base triangle is always a gradient.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun because you're kind of getting into you have enough sort of that you're like seeing which ones are
Yeah,
got quickly.
there was one that was purple. It was like purple and then a lime green, and it's so cool. Like
hmm
that one was my favorite one for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do more of that color combination.
So are you using that at all to influence what colors you do or what kind of designs you do? I heard you say the taller ones are like less. I mean, it sounds like they're more work. So if they're not selling as much, the
Right.
work on them is, or is there like a design choice that could be different on them that doesn't make it as difficult?
Well, I think the polka dots on the tall was fun, and I think that people really like that. But I'm not sure that well, and it's hard because most of the tall ones were like the super smooth cups, and it's hard to really explain how smooth they are.
hmm
Like they're like so satisfying. And it's that's like something I'm gonna have to sell at like a show, you know?
Yeah.
So it was a good test though. I didn't want to
I
I
think
wanted
that's,
to,
I mean, maybe you sell some of those at like Claycon West because
yeah,
like the price point might be doable for people.
yeah,
I mean, I know if you're selling something that's the same size as something that could sell for 100, maybe you ship the $100 ones instead of the $65 ones, but
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you
Did
know
you
me,
do those because you didn't have time to finish them in the fancier designs? Okay.
pretty much. I mean, I did have time, but I was too lazy. So,
I
but
mean,
yeah, it
you were rushing for the show mainly, and those were kind
mhm,
of like you were getting those
yeah.
done
And then I was
alongside of
like,
it.
oh, look at me, the person who put an update a week after this stupid show. Classic Becca, classic.
What about the little pinch pot bowls? How did those do?
Those did pretty well. I think I sold like 7 or 8 of them, and I
How many did
had
you make? Like 30
15, 18.
left?
Um, let's see. I had 6, 12, 17, and I think I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8 or 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, did you like the structure of it and everything? The pieces that you had, the price points, the time of
Yeah.
day that you had it, the
Yeah.
time that you had to get the update ready and stuff?
I like the time. The 12 p.m. or the 12 noon was good because then it wasn't too early for West Coast, which is a lot of my following. So,
Yeah.
you know, and I know some people like set timers and stuff, But yeah, that was good. And yeah, it's just very simple and super like easy. And then I shipped most of them out today, but then I had a little issue with Shippo because I had an invoice that wasn't paid. It got declined somehow. And so it like was like, we can't do the rest of this. And I was like, okay. So I paid that invoice and it was just like a mess up, you know. And so
Yeah.
I should be able to ship the last 3 with like tomorrow, next 2 days, Friday. So
Okay. Cool.
yeah,
So are you having a shitty cup date soon?
I am someday soon.
Someday.
Yeah,
You
I'm
still have some
trying.
left over from the show, right?
I have so much, and also I have so many pinch pots. I like the pinch pots are gonna be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
'Cause I think you were. I feel like I don't know if we talked about that recently, but the whole like picking what color scheme if you were gonna like mix and match based on a scheme, or if that's just too much work,
yeah, I think that
or like do like a I don't know like wholesale, but like just sell them all for 3 for 20 or something. Like, I don't know.
I think
That's a way.
for the shitty cups, honestly, there's so many and there's so few colors that I could probably just put them up there and be like,
Just put them by the quantity, right? Just say this color you've got 10
20,
of
this color I've got
these.
10. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you don't get a choice of what cup you get,
I
you
mean
know.
they're all pretty much the same anyways, right?
There's some that don't have thumb imprints, so I'm gonna have to like figure those out. Like I'll have to take those out because they are different. But most of them have the thumb indents. But yeah, and then like pinch pots, I think I'm gonna sell the pinch pots like nobody's fucking business. So, but those I
Yeah.
don't know. Those like I can't sell just one pinch pot for $8 or $10 and then ship it for 5. You know, like somebody
I do
buying one
that
pinch
with
pot.
shot glasses.
I know, but like somebody buying one pinch pot online, it just seems like a
It's
waste.
crazy, but I think it's because it's Etsy. I'm getting a lot of people that are searching and they're finding them because they're affordable, $8, and you get
Yeah,
it to you for less than $15. Like I
yeah,
get orders randomly that are for like $12 or $13, and I'm like, oh, it's a shot glass. It's one shot glass,
yeah.
which is fine. I mean, they're just small boxes and they're easy to pack, easy to ship. Like,
First class, they're $5, $3.
yeah, I mean, they're cheap. So,
Yeah,
I mean, I ship out probably 10 shot glasses a week. Like,
yeah.
it adds up.
You know what? I went to Cash and Carry, which this is funny. There's a place out here called Cash and Carry, and it's a paper box store. Like it's for all the paper goods and bags and like businesses stuff.
Cash and carry. It sounds like
Cash.
a pawn shop, like cash for pawn, and then it's like carry or like weapons.
Well, what's funny is that Cash and Carry in Washington is a business grocery store. So it's like got bulk item foods for
Hmm.
restaurants. So it's like a restaurant depot. And so like my friends were like, "Oh yeah, Cash and Carry has bags and blah blah blah." And I was like, "What?" Like, okay. Like is that really going to be cheaper because usually Cash and Carry was more expensive on like bags and stuff instead of like Uline or shit like that, you know? And then I like looked it up and I was like, "Oh, Cash and Carry is a paper and bag place." Got it. So I went
Yeah.
there this morning. Really convenient because it's right on the way to work or to my
Hmm.
studio. And so I bought 10 by 10 or 12 by 12 boxes and 8 by 8 boxes and a 40-pound roll of paper. And I used that as my stuffing.
Like craft, like butcher paper, kind of.
Yeah, craft paper. So it's thicker. And I use that instead of like peanuts or whatever. And
Cool.
you know, the roll of paper is only $30. And a thing of bubble wrap is about the same price. So
Yeah.
it it went significantly. I have a lot left of the roll of paper. It went
It takes up less
significantly.
space for sure. Like,
Yeah, and it takes up way less space. It's got the dispenser, and it doesn't make the mess that Peanuts does. I honestly so happy with that decision. Like, worth the money, because I've done the whole Peanuts, and I've done paper too, but I've always done thinner paper, and the thicker paper was
mhm.
great. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think Isaac shipped my mom some stuff from Gallery Mostaza, and he had some of that like craft paper. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't craft, I think it was white paper, but it was basically the same as like the thicker paper you're talking about in the
Uh-huh.
bottom and top, and then he had the Rampack Giami wrap stuff
How
around the
much
piece.
is the RAM pack?
So I just bought a 750 yard version that is, I think it's 16 inches or 18 inches wide.
Yeah,
I
it
want
looks
to
like
say
it.
the roll that I want to say the roll that I bought was about $90.
That's so much money, Ryan.
But it's efficient. I don't know. Is your roll of paper on a spool or something so it's like easy to pull and rip and
Yeah, it's on the dispensers that we have. Like the little stand.
okay. How wide is it though? Is it
18
it's like
inches.
16 inches wide, 18 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they've gone up a little bit. I mean, the last time I bought it, I think I paid $75 for it. But I mean the place that I bought it from, all these different places, I think they compete and they buy them wholesale and they sell them for a profit. So they're marking them up, I don't know, $20 or something.
Okay, so I'm on
Um,
Uline. I'm on Uline right now. Which I
yeah.
know everybody hates Uline. It's fine. We're just using it for prices. We're not buying anything. But a 16 by 750 size roll is $80 for
Of
one.
what?
Bubble wrap.
Bubble wrap. Okay.
Yeah. And then if you got a 12 by 750, it's $45 per roll. Okay. Paper.
So that's pretty comparable with the Giami wrap,
Yeah.
the Rampack. It depends on how much you're paying to ship it too, but it's kind of the same.
Craft paper for them, an 18-inch roll. One of them is $27. 40 pound.
750 yards?
1,200 yards.
Or is it, wait, I was saying yards. I think 750
Feet.
feet is what it
Yeah.
is, not
So
yards.
40
Sorry.
pound, 900 feet, a 18-inch roll is $25.
40 pound, 900 feet. Okay. That's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
40 pound is not super thick. I would say I mean, like paper that you get, like printer paper is like 24 pound, 28 pound. So 40 pound is probably like a little bit heavier duty, but not
it's
like.
got cushion to it. That's
Has it
what I
got
used
some
today.
heft? Okay.
Yeah, it's got some cushion to it. I would probably go with 50 pound or 60 pound if you're going to use it primarily for packing. And the 18-inch for 600 feet is $23.
Okay.
And if you're going to
So
get
is that the
50
same
pound,
paper that you use at like shows that I have
yeah,
on my roll?
yeah,
Okay.
it's just a heavier.
A little bit thicker than that.
Yeah. And then like Uline has the indented paper that has like cushion to it. And those are 23. Oh, there's like, never mind. Don't do those. There's like not any weight. But okay, so what's the Giami? It's, what is it called? Rampack?
You can look wrap pack. WRAPPAK. I just tried to avoid getting it off Amazon. But it was comparable to Amazon, I feel like.
Yeah, so the Rampack
I got
Giami
750 feet.
750 by 14 is $94. It just seems
I think but is 750 the actual, like, when it's compact? Because as you expand it, it actually takes up more volume. I think
right.
it's more than 750.
Right, like the paper inside is $7.50.
Yeah. So once you stretch it, I mean, it's probably like 900 or 1,000 or something. I don't know.
Yeah. It just seems like a really expensive solution, you know? I know it's easy. I get
I mean,
that.
yeah. I mean, you're paying for efficiency, obviously, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're packing with the paper as long as you get the rip thing, it's on the roll thing that you can rip. I mean, that's efficient, but you still have to crumple it up, and I don't know. It's not terrible though. I mean, it's still quick to do both.
Oh, I was gonna look up the price for peanuts.
Yeah, my bag of peanuts, I can't remember the volume of it, but the typical bag is like they just raised it. I think it was $18 for the local place to me.
So 7 cubic feet and U-line is $17. 20 cubic feet is 27 of the biodegradable.
What was 7 cubic feet?
17.
Yeah, pretty much the same. Yeah, 17, $18. Yeah, that's gonna last me a while. I just ordered some more actually because I ran out of the boxes from my local supply place.
Yeah.
They'll probably deliver it early next week, I would guess. Hope they don't deliver it over the week while we're out of town. But would you do what do you did you pack any of those two at a time, like in the same box? Did you still do really well, or did you have some cardboard or something that you stuffed between them just to be sure? Or
I just stuffed paper between them. I don't have any cardboard. I wish that I would have gotten like 4x4x4 boxes because I would have put the fancy cups like in those boxes in the box.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I think I'll do that the next time. I
should have asked you, and I could have got some. And then
Yeah.
next time yeah, my place is local, so I don't have to pay to ship the shipping supplies, which is good. That saves me like $40 or $50.
Yeah.
To physically drop it off at my house.
That's really nice.
Local delivery.
The cash and carry place is on the way, so I could have just gotten them there. But yeah, I think I'll do that the next time just so that I can have like be sure. But I like 8x8x8 is such a big box, really, for all that stuff. So I don't think they'll have any issue. And I was just like throwing them on the floor, and Sarah was like, "You're just throwing them," and I was like, "They're gonna do that anyway."
Yeah. That's what Isaac sent his stuff in. I don't know what my mom got. I think she probably got like a pumpkin or something, or maybe not a pumpkin because I think they sold those out too quick. She must have got something from him. I don't know what she got, but yeah, they were shipping 8x8 boxes, 8x8x8. So is that placed with the packing stuff? Is it like reasonably priced? Is it like competitive or close to?
I feel like their boxes were too expensive, but I don't know. I haven't bought boxes in a while.
Okay. The place I get them from are for the smaller ones are about 30 cents a box or 25 cents a box for the small ones. For the 4x4x4 or 5x5x5, they're like 25 to 27 cents a piece.
Yeah, so for an 8x8x8, I don't remember how much I paid. So for an 8x8x8, U-line is 57 cents a box, and it's $25 or 25 boxes. So
57 cents a box?
Yeah, so it's like $14.25, and I want to say that I spent more than that significantly.
Wow.
But yeah, how much? And you pay like how much?
I'm looking at it. Stock shipping box for 8x8x8. Oh, these are 48 cents for 8x8x8.
Yeah, so I mean,
I get a lot of the smaller ones, so 4x4x4, I get a bunch of 26 cents, 28 cents for 5-inch one. I get a lot of 6x4x4, 27 cents. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So I spent $17.70 for 25. So that's actually not bad.
Yeah, that's
Um,
good.
Yeah, so that's about the same, comparable. I mean, it's $3 more, but I didn't have to pay to ship it, and I didn't have to
You
shop at
could
Uline. So
pick it up on the go, like
yeah,
right
and
there.
you're supporting local, which is like way better. So yeah,
Yep. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a update here soon, just a small like mug update. I took some photos the other day in the backyard. I'm still figuring out my photo situation. I did them in the backyard on a couple pieces of like cedar pickets that I sat
yeah,
on top of a block. I mean, you probably saw the picture on Instagram. But yeah, I got the daylight and then did it like during my lunch or something. And it was pretty easy actually. I mean, I had to adjust the lighting because it was so bright. I'll have to play around with that. I'm not looking forward to that because normally I would do it in the studio and the light's always the same, so I don't have
yeah,
to change the amount of the time. I always take it at time value with my DSLR camera so that Rachel can edit the photos on the drive after. Just because I don't want to clog up my phone and it's kind of awkward to do my phone on there. I don't know. But maybe I'll do my phone down the road because you can crop it square, which is nice,
that's what I do.
and then just do it quick.
You should
But I don't know.
consider getting a light box. It works pretty well.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm thinking about where I would put it though. Maybe I'd put it on top of a kiln or something and just take it while like, I'm not using it and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna do a mug update soon, and I use the Etsy thing, and then I'm still continually selling those shot glasses all the time, and spoon rests aren't going as quickly. They're just kind of sitting there. And I've had those seconds mugs on there forever. So like, I would say seconds on your website, maybe not the best thing to just individually list them unless you already have a big demand for those
Yeah.
your work already. But I mean, even if I was selling firsts on there that were carved mugs, like those are tough. Like if I have too many of them, then
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something about a limited quantity that drives the sales that like people can grab them. But um, I might be taking those seconds mugs down soon. Because I mean, I dropped them by like 25% at one point. Maybe I'll do another sale on them at Black Friday or something for a week and see if anybody else wants them and drop them like to 50% off or 40%. I mean, I just kind of want them gone because they've been lingering. But I don't know. I don't know that I want to even take them to show with seconds and stuff on them.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I was going to tell you a fun little story. So, I was like sanding the bottoms of these pieces that I was getting ready for the update. And Matthew from downstairs, he's a woodworker. He comes up and he's like, "Hey, I have 2 kilns and I have a kick wheel, and I was wondering if you had any interest in them." And I was like, "Well, I don't have any interest in the kilns. Absolutely not." Um,
Did you even look at the kilns, or did
I've
you just
seen
say
them.
like,
I
no?
know what the
Okay,
kilns look like.
yeah, that's
And
like people trying to get rid of kilns, and they're like, "Do you want a free kiln?" No, I don't want a free kiln.
no, they're in great shape. They just don't have the control boxes.
Oh,
And
okay.
so
Yeah, no thanks.
I was like, don't want the kiln. Absolutely not. And I go, but what kind of kick wheel is it? And he's like, well, come down and look at it. And I was like, I go down and it's a fucking oh, now I'm gonna lose the word.
Lockerbie.
Yes, it's a Lockerbie. It's a Lockerbie kick wheel. And I learned how to throw on a Soldner kick wheel, which is a cement base. Lockerbies are metal bases. So I haven't had one that was actually fast. and it has a splash pan that's metal. And I was like,
Is it
So
removable or is it?
yeah,
It's just a static. Oh, it is removable.
it's
Okay.
removable, and guess what it fits on?
Your wheel.
Yeah, my wheel at work. Anyway, so I was like, well, how much do you want? And he was like, I'd be 100% willing to trade. And I was like, deal. I have cups upstairs right now. And so he chose 2 fancy cups and 5 shitty cups. And I traded a Lockerbie kick wheel for 2 fancy cups and 5 shitty cups.
So how much? What was the value of that?
Like 260.
260. Nice. Was the wheel in good condition, or I
Yeah.
mean, I would imagine those last pretty long, right?
It's in great condition. And I mean, like, I would have given him that much anyway for it. Like, I wouldn't have paid him that much money, but like, couple cups, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
and he was,
So that's the kick wheel. That's elevated, right? Like you have to sit.
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty high. Okay.
So, but what's great is that I haven't thrown in a kick wheel in a while, but also Merritt, who's our studio mate, doesn't have a wheel, so she's been using my Shimpo wheel, but also she's been doing a lot of hand building stuff, so it'll be great to put like her large pinched vases on it, and she can use it while she can use it as like a turntable. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So would you throw specific pieces on it, or you pretty much just got it for the studio?
Honestly, I would love to throw some shitty pots on it because it's just a lot looser to throw on a kick wheel than it is to throw on an electric wheel. It takes like,
Yeah. I've only thrown like 2 pieces on a kick wheel, and it was at NKU. And I want to say, I don't know if it was a metal stand or if it was a cement. I think mm, I want to say it was metal. It might have been a rusty Lockerbie or something.
yeah.
But yeah, it was interesting. I threw like a bigger vase or something on it, but it was different. I don't know that I necessarily enjoyed it, but it depends on what I would be throwing on it to.
I used to throw barefoot. I used to kick those fuckers barefoot on a cement fucking wheel. I used to do it barefoot.
Yeah.
I can't believe I still have all my toes, honestly.
When you kick on those, do you kick back towards you with your like left foot, or do you kick away from you with your right foot?
Well, you
Because it's
usually kick,
spinning counterclockwise, right? So it's
yeah, so you're
counterclockwise for
kicking
righty.
with your right foot forwards, but if you really want it to get going, you can do both of them at the same time and kick backwards with your left and forwards with your right. And so you can just like get it fucking moving.
Okay. I'm guessing you just get like the power calf on the right side of just kicking
Yeah.
this thing.
It's a workout. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really excited about it, honestly. It's been a while. So
Is that kind of a wheel? Is that because of the elevatedness of it? Like, is it better on your back and stuff than like sitting at a stool that's lower with your wheel?
well,
Like,
you
how do
can
you think
move
the
the seat.
posture is going to be different?
The
Okay.
seat's movable, but I always sit lower, so I don't know for sure how it's gonna work, but
Because I mean, you have to be pretty mobile anyways with it being a kick wheel, so
yeah.
you're not really stuck in a position like you would be at a electric wheel.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to put a little more movement in your shoulder anyways because of the foot pedal position.
Yeah.
But I guess you just kind of lock it in a spot and you kind of figure out where you just have to pivot your ankle and that's it.
Yeah, and I mean, like with the Soldner, people don't know. People that are listening may not know. I have a Soldner electric wheel, but the pedal is wood, and it's connected to a bike chain that's then connected to the motor. And so, if you don't press down, the wheel's not turning. So, but with
And
that,
there's no like anchor point. It's just a piece of wood that's just flapping.
yeah, it's just
It's kind of
yeah,
weird.
it's just like set on the ground. And so I am really used to like a lot of different speeds when I'm throwing, and that in large part is because of that. Because I
It's
have my
very
foot,
responsive.
yeah, super responsive. So I have my foot on the pedal, and it just kind of like When I need to go faster, I go faster, you know, and like a normal pedal, but it's just a lot easier to push. So it's it's more like one with the clay situation.
Yeah, like some of those Brent pedals or whatever get stuck, or they're, there's more friction involved. That is
Yeah.
just like however much pressure, like it's gonna pull the chain just the right amount.
Yeah.
Especially at like teaching studios, some of those pedals are like, some of them are 0 to 60 quick, or you like move them like halfway and they don't move, and then you budge them and then they're like, and they're like real fast. So
yeah, sometimes it's easier when you're teaching just to say like, take your fucking foot off the pedal, just take it off, just take your foot off.
yeah, especially like the date nights I'm teaching, and some of the wheels are just so different, and I'm like medium fast speed, and then they'll, you know, first off, like, are they positioned to the wheel correctly, and like understand that, like,
Yeah.
pick a speed, take your foot off. And like usually adjusting the speed faster is never going to be a positive unless it, like, so yeah, yours was definitely weird when I was thrown on it. That was the first time I've thrown on one of those, but it was good, like responsive wise. But you have to sit down and use it. So I don't know that there's a way that you could stand up and use that, because it is like gas pedal. Like you have to keep your foot on it.
Yeah. Yeah, no. And it sucks when you have to throw something tall on that, because you're like standing up and like trying to step on the pedal. Like it sucks.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you couldn't really throw like a sectional piece or like anything really big on it.
No.
Okay. So Lockerbie shitty cups.
Lockerbie
potentially
shitty
coming.
cups. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes down. I may start throwing on the fucking kick wheel and be like, fuck this shit. I'm done with this.
Nice. I don't really see that many videos of people throwing on kick wheels besides like Jericho, but
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's kind of interesting to see. Plus, you can get some organic stuff out of it. A little more loosey goosey.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I don't really have anything else to talk about. Do you?
Okay. Cup date. Happy about that. Yeah, I don't think so. Did you sell what you thought you would? Did you like meet your expectations?
Yeah.
Plus, it's good you can have some of those like pinch pots and stuff. Did you have multiple quantities of those, so they're just hanging out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll update the site to like take off all the old pieces so that there's like just the.
Did you advertise on like TikTok a little bit for it or anything? Did you mention it?
I haven't done a TikTok video in a couple weeks.
So you just want to drop in there and be like, "Hey, I got this really nice fancy cup. I can't believe it's still there. And by the way, I put stuff online like a week ago if you want any."
Yeah.
Oh,
TikTok. Poor TikTok.
Still never got on it.
Yeah. It's fun to watch the videos, but my dreams are better.
It's enough work to figure out the Instagram still as it changes more and more.
For reals. Yeah.
All right. I think that's it.
We're just like fading really fast.
And then it just sort of ends.
And then it just ends.
You know what that's from?
No.
You probably don't know what that's from, but Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
Then they're talking about the Dolph Lundgren movie. Not the Sixth Sense. I can't remember the name of it. They're talking about the plot of this movie, and they're like, and then it just sort of ends.
My favorite thing in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is is your cat making too much noise all the time? You're so stupid. kitten mittens. And then he puts his cat in mittens and he's like walking across the table and then he falls off. Introducing kitten mittens. Have you seen that?
Yes, I know that episode. I was trying to think of my favorite part. I think it's and it's probably because there was a guy that I went to college with that like introduced me to it, and he would always say that the part where it's like oh well, what's going on is you just drank a cup of poison. It's when they're at the frat party with the guys and they're drinking the beers and they poison them, but I think they poison their own beers or something, and they're barfing everywhere. And
I love that show and I hate that show all at the same time. Like it's so awkward that I almost can't watch it, but it's so
I
funny.
love it. Oh my gosh, Dennis talking about the implication. Oh my gosh, I love it. I just love it. I need to watch that. It took it off Netflix, so I'm like,
Oh, that's a bummer.
they actually just started a podcast called It's Always Sunny podcast, I think, or It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia podcast.
Oh, that's
They're like
nice.
recapping episodes, but they're not really recapping the episodes. They're just it's Mac, Dennis, and Charlie, and
Yeah.
then they just talk about like episode by episode what was going on when they were making the episodes or writing the episodes, and they just kind of talk about random shit. But I was hoping they were actually going to talk about the episodes, but I don't know. We'll see. All right.
That's it.
Bye.
Bye.
And then it just sort of ends. All right. I'm naming this one Cupdate.
Cupdate. I have a predicament. I just got charged for a subscription to Apple TV. However, I canceled this subscription in October. So I don't know how that's working.
What episode are we on, by the way?
I'm looking.
123? No. 24.
123. Oh, I love 123. 123. Cupdate.
1, 2, 3.
Save.
Okay, so moving these down. It's the implication. What implication? The implication that something could go wrong if she doesn't sleep with me. Dennis, you're raping these girls? No, it's not. No. It's the implication that something could go wrong. Come on. All right, I'm stopping this recording so it doesn't